Hello, hello. Welcome to Top Shelf Backpacking. Today we are out here at the Lemei Trailhead in the Indian Heaven Wilderness, and we are headed up to Lake Wapiki for my annual Craney Memorial Hike. Don't worry, Chris isn't dead, only his dignity died that day. We are leaving from Trailhead 34, not coming up from the campground like I have sometimes in the past. So right now we are here, and we're going to take this all the way up to Wapiki, probably set up camp, and then go all the way up to Lemei Rock before doubling back, depending on how the day goes. And then tomorrow morning we will hike our way back out of here. It's about 1 o'clock right now. Temps are in the 70s. High today is supposed to be about 80, and the low about, I want to say, in the high 50s. So a good bit of elevation on this trail over the next, I think, 3-ish miles to camp. But a beautiful day to be out here in the woods. So I will see you all out here on trail. Just passed a couple day hikers on their way down, so it's very buggy at the top, which doesn't surprise me. I did bring a little thermocell, a bunch of bug wipes, head net, obviously a tent, so hopefully we can fend them off well enough. Be a good test for that thermocell. Last time I was up here we used it, but the bugs didn't seem as bad. Not sure if it was because of the bugs or because of the thermocell, but it'll be a good test. Got a little over 24 pounds on my back. Got some glamping items. Nice comfy mattress, sleeping system. Got my nice chair. But not a lot of clothes. Got my Z-Pack tent. So shaving those ants where we can. So yeah, all in 24.5 pounds with the water, the camera gear, all that. Not too shabby. Significantly more than I'll be carrying on my fundraiser hike, which, as you see this, I would have done back in July. But right now I'm getting ready for it. Thus the, I want to say, 1,300 feet in 3 miles up to Lake Wapiki, and another 400 or 500 from Wapiki up to Lemei Rock. So just trying to get some elevation in. We've done the distance. In fact, we did 26.7 miles 2 weeks ago, but had almost no elevation. So this week I'm focusing on getting that elevation in. And then in just a week and a half from today, we will be out there trying to do 26.5 miles up Eagle Creek in the Craney River Gorge, 5,000 feet of elevation. So every little bit helps leading up to it. So far it's been a beautiful day out here. I assume those hikers were probably in the only car at the trailhead. So at least I should have my selection of tent sites. There are other ways to get into here, but this is definitely the most common. So we will see, but so far it's been a beautiful day out here on trail. About 2.5 miles in, about an hour and 10. Definitely feeling the elevation gain, but stops have been basically just to get water at this point. So feeling pretty good. Feet hurt a little bit. I did do a different hike this morning, got a few miles in, so it's not just the 2 miles on my feet so far, but just focusing on keeping my feet planted firmly seems to be helping, and just slowing the pace slightly. Make sure my feet stay good here. Should have a little less than 3/4 of a mile till we're at the lake. Here at the cutoff, we're going to head into Wapiki first. We may come back and do Lemei. We should have just over a 1/4 mile to the lake. Made it to the lake. My favorite spot here is open. Looks like all the spots are open. Definitely buggy. So I'll get the bug wipes out, get the tent pitched, get things set up a little bit, and then see how we're feeling. Maybe we will go climb up Lemei Rock behind me, or maybe we'll relax. We'll see. Got camp set up here. I am using the trekking poles for the tent, and I do want to keep this pinched so I keep the spot. So we're going to head up to Lemei Rock without them. Should be just fine. The bugs are something fierce. Got the head net on, got the bug wipe down. They're kind of leaving me alone, but definitely glad I brought the thermocell. More so hiking Lemei just to get out of the bugs for a little bit. Then we'll come back down and get our feet in the water at least. Did bring some swim trunks and stuff in case I want to go swimming. But we are going to load the pack back up here with the basics and head up to Lemei Rock. Covering the quarter mile or so back to the trail 34. Then we'll have about 600 feet of elevation to gain in about a mile. So fairly steep, but with the skies as blue as they are, we should get some fantastic views up at the top. Still some remnants of snow up here on the north side of the slope, but so far a fairly steep climb. We are less than a quarter mile up from the split trail, so still got a ways to go to the top of Lemei Rock. First sighting of Mount Adams off in the distance there. Finally coming up from the clouds I saw when I was driving up here. Turning into a beautiful day. First view down to the lakes. Still got about a half mile to climb here, but you can see Wapiki, one of its little sister lakes down there. So about halfway up Lemei Rock. Here's a little better view of the lake. We are camped right down in the woods right there, but beautiful blue waters. You can see there's kind of a almost a Baja shelf, if you will, which makes wading kind of nice. Just kind of muddy, sandy there, but comfortable, nice, easy access for filling up your water bags, that kind of thing. But we are almost to the top of Lemei Rock. You can almost, sort of, kind of see Mount Hood off in the distance there. I don't know that I've ever seen this many mountains out here. It's usually not quite this clear. Still a little buggy out here, so I got the head net on, but you can see Mount Adams behind me and the lake down below me there. Quite the nice views. Few peaks at Mount Rainier. If you climb up the rock part, I think you do see Mount St. Helens to the west. Might putz around a little bit up here and see if we get any different views before we head back down. Back to the trail junction here, so we will head back uphill toward the lake where we're camped. Made it back to camp. Figured I would give you a little tour of Wapiki here. Currently I am out on the little peninsula, so I am camped right over there. It's a smaller camp. The peninsula does have the bigger and better camp, I would say. I'll show you a little tour of it here. You see a little fire ring. Usually there's fire bands when I'm out here, but plenty of room for tents. And then you can head further up the little peninsula here. So you got pretty good water access there. A little rockier than the sand over by me. But up here you got plenty of logs to sit on. Plenty of flattish ground to pitch, and some incredible views. The reason I'm not pitched here though is the one time I actually got out here, it was so crazy windy on the peninsula once the sun started to go down that I worried I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So I'm sure the wind's probably died down, but tucked away in the trees where I am, I like the water access a little better. The view's not quite as nice, but I can always come over here and cook a meal or something, assuming people aren't camped here. But if you're coming with a group, this is a spot you probably want, despite the wind, but it's usually the first spot to get taken. I'm gonna head back over to camp, get changed here, get into the water a little bit, fill up the water bottles, water bags, and do a little lounging, hopefully, assuming the bugs will let me. Enjoyed some dinner out on the peninsula there. Beautiful views. Might even make a dessert tonight. We will see. It's still only about 5 o'clock. Got the bear line hung. Probably 100 feet away or so. Since I have heard there are bears in the area. Don't want critters in my food. Got the thermostat running. I'll give it here probably 2 more minutes before I climb into the tent to get away from the bugs. The wipes are doing mostly good. Spray would have been smart just to get the back, but I had the wipes and they've worked well in the past. Anyway, we will kind of enjoy the little bit of evening here and then find our way into the tent. Thermocell is working here, so been sitting here enjoying some peach cobbler. Do need to keep an eye out for low-lying branches. Thankfully some soap and some toilet paper stop the bleeding, clean things up there. And so far enjoying the night. It's a little after 6 here. Probably go hang the food bag, get that out of the way, and then enjoy the sun setting over at Lemei Rock and then climb into bed. So I will see you guys back in the tent. Climbing into the tent here, a little after 7:30. Enjoyed time to sit and watch in the lake. All the wildlife out here, lots of birds, enjoying lots of bugs. And thankfully the thermocell was working to keep me bug free for a while there. Hopefully it works in the morning so we can get breakfast going. Hoping to get kind of an early start. Plan is to hike the 3.5 miles or so out of here and then go over to a different trail and do a little day hike before I head home. So hoping to get some good sleep here. And I will see you all in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's currently a little after 6 o'clock. Temps got down into the 50s last night. Stayed nice and cozy in the quilt. Never even kind of buckled up the other side of it. But good night of sleep overall. Toss and turn a little bit, but definitely feel well rested. We're going to try and get changed here. Put on the long sleeves. Possibly even the pants. We'll go retrieve the food bag and get some breakfast going. Had some breakfast and some caffeine. Got camp all packed up here. Picked up a few little pieces of trash. Bugs are still getting after it now that the thermocell is away. But we are going to bid this lovely lake adieu and head out on trail. Just over 2 miles away from camp here. Got another 1.5 miles or so to go. Took the head net off maybe a mile ago. Tried to take it off earlier and the bugs were getting me. Definitely tired of spider blazing, but shout out trekking poles for clearing the way when I noticed them at face height. But so far it's been a pretty cruisy morning here on trail. Just reached the Falloon Lakes Trail Junction, which means we've got about a mile of flat-ish, mostly cruisy trail back to the car. Final push to the car here, almost to the trailhead. Been a beautiful morning. About an hour and a half to hike the 3.3 miles out of here from Lake Wapiki. Definitely a good night. Nice having the lake all to myself. Bug spray for sure next time, or just more wipes and probably newer ones. But overall, a great night's sleep. A good day of hiking, good to get some miles in, get some elevation going, so I feel a little more prepared for the upcoming fundraiser hike. For more information on Lemei Rock and Lake Wapiki, visit topshelfbackpacking.com. And until I see you again, cheers.